Major corporations across the country are now getting billions of dollars in tariff refunds, but American consumers are getting almost nothing back. So where's your cut?
That is the big question, and we're going to bring in CNN senior business reporter David Goldman to try to make it make sense for us. David, where is our tariff refund?
Yeah, I want to know where my tariff refund is, and I think a lot of Americans do too, because they shelled out $1,000 last year in tax expenses because of all of those tariffs. But remember, 20% of the tariff costs went to consumers. That means the other 80% went to corporations. And so the bad news is that, America, you are not owed anything. I'm really sorry to be the bearer of bad news. The reason is that corporations are the ones who pay the tariffs, not consumers. Although consumers paid some of that in the form of higher prices, they weren't actually going to the Customs and Border Patrol and handing over their tariff check the way that corporations were. But that was a lot of money that was spent on tariffs. $166 billion on the tariff refunds that are coming back to corporations because the Supreme Court declared those illegal. Well, so
the young people here might not remember this, but those of you who are a little older may. Not so long ago, you could afford to live a good life in America. You could buy a home in your 20s. You could go to college for cheap or free. You could support a whole family on one paycheck. You could afford to get married, to have kids, to retire comfortably. You could fulfill your God-given potential. We called it the American dream. In the middle of the 20th century, we invested in healthcare and education. We built homes and highways. We protected workers' rights and workers' paychecks. We blocked consolidation and we encouraged competition. We built the largest, strongest middle class in the history of the world. But today, that middle class has disappeared. For too many of our neighbors, for too many Texans like Augusta, the American dream has become an American nightmare. It is too expensive to buy a home. It's too expensive to get married and have kids. It's too expensive to retire comfortably. People are working hard every day. They're playing by the rules, but those rules of today weren't written for us. They were written for billionaires. We can't afford a home, but Jeff Bezos has at least a dozen. We can't afford to fill up our tank, but Mark Zuckerberg is launching helicopters off his mega yacht. 1 in 5 Texas children live in poverty. But one of our own residents became the world's first trillionaire. Those 3 men now own more wealth than the entire middle class. The top 1% has put the American dream behind a paywall.